Welcome to Devotions Before Dawn. On this channel, we're dedicated to studying the Bible one chapter a day for 1,189 days until we've studied the entire Bible together. So make sure you're subscribed. And let's dive into Psalm chapter 7. As you can see, today's video is a little bit different. Instead of seeing a little fire on a landscape of some sort generated by a computer, you're seeing this ugly mug. So let me know in the comments, what do you prefer? This ugly mug? Put a mug in the comments. You want to go back to those aesthetic fires? I don't blame you. Put a fire in the comments. Maybe a little of both. Put both in the comments. Well, let's dive into Psalm chapter 7 together. Lord my God, I take refuge in you. Save and deliver me from all who are pursuing me. What's pursuing you? What's going on in your life that's chasing after you? That's maybe giving you some anxiety, some fear, some things you're battling, maybe some things in your health. Maybe there's an antagonist in your life. Maybe you got some issues in your family. Look to the Lord. Say, Lord, those who are pursuing me, I need you to deliver me. Even pause right now and just pray. Lord, deliver me from this. Deliver me from that. We all have something that is pursuing us. And the good news is it's sometimes the things that are pursuing us that cause us to run into the presence of God. Verse 2, or they will tear me apart like a lion. Well, that's not good. They will rip me into pieces with no one to rescue me. That is terrifying. To be ripped into pieces, to have that thing that is pursuing you actually hunt you down and get you and tear you to pieces with no one to rescue. That's one of the greatest fears when someone gets lost. It's just that they'll never be seen again. And I want you to know you are seen, you are heard, you are loved by the Lord, but also, I'm sure, by people in your life as well. Get involved in a church so that you don't have to battle these things alone. Let's go ahead and read verse 3. Lord my God, if I have done this thing and there is guilt on my hands, if I have repaid my ally with evil, or without cause, if I have robbed my foe, then let my enemy pursue me and overtake me. Let him trample my life to the ground and make me sleep in the dust. Here David is saying, look, if I've asked for any of this, if I've behaved in such a way that I've brought this on my own head, then so be it. I know in a way he's calling out to the Lord, pleading his own innocence. But the fact still remains, some of the things that we battle in our lives, we battle because we've brought them upon ourselves. We've made some decisions. We've done some things that weren't right, and we are now wrestling with the consequences of those things. It's one thing to have something pursuing you. It's another thing when you know it's pursuing you because you asked for it. When I was in middle school, the biggest bully in the school was named Big Ed. He was bigger than everybody by a lot. And this was back in the day when he would actually slap people in the back of the head. He would just take their chips from them. He was an out and out bully, the quintessential stereotypical bully. I was quiet little Matt. I was kind of undersized. And it was a public school, big school. I kind of flew under the radar, didn't say much, didn't do much. Nobody really knew who I was, fly on the wall. But I had 2 classes back to back in the same room. So everyone would leave, I would be sitting there, even the teacher would leave and another teacher would come back in to the room. And so I would sit there, and it was a snowy day in upstate New York. Everyone left and this new class was coming in, and Big Ed was in that new class coming in. So witty little Matt, I thought, I'll get some payback on this big bully guy. Not saying all this to justify it, but sort of to justify it. He was a bully. I wanted to do something. So I went to the windowsill where there was snow. It was the winter, and I took some snow and I put it on his chair. Nobody else is in the room. Everyone starts filing in for the next class. My adrenaline was pumping when I went to put that snow on his chair. And I watched as Big Ed lumbered into the room and sat down on that chair. And a moment later, he sprung back up and felt he was all wet, and he was frustrated. He was mad. Well, that was a Monday. I was just sitting in the back row, just like, nobody else even knew I did it. I was amused in and of myself. It was enough to entertain me. Next day I did the same thing. Third day was Wednesday, and right as I was putting the snow on his chair, he saw me. He walked into the room, and I bolted out the back door. There was a door here, a door here. There were 2 exits to that classroom, and I bolted out that back door. He went out the front door and was chasing me, and I was running through crowded hallways and ducking behind people, and I jumped into the bathroom. I thought he didn't see me, but he saw me. I heard the bathroom door open. I went in a stall, and then he, like a cartoon, just shoved that door. I don't know if he kicked it, but that door went wham open, and there I am looking up at Big Ed, and I quickly, in my wits, fell to the ground, rolled to the stall next to me. He grabbed my ankle, I pulled it away. I got up and I shot out that door and was running down the hallway back to the class where I knew the teacher would be, and he was in hot pursuit. And I finally got back to the classroom, and he just looked at me the rest of the class. And I had to really keep my head on a swivel the rest of that school year for Big Ed. Fortunately, he wasn't too quick. Why do I tell you that story? He was chasing me, he was pursuing me, and I deserved it. I did something to poke the hornet's nest. And you know what, in life, sometimes we have things pursuing us, or consequences of our mistakes or behaviors or attitudes, and something is pursuing us that is sort of our own fault. And I want to tell you the good news today. God will help you through those consequences. We do have to walk through some consequences of our own doing, but God is gracious. He will walk us through, and you know what? He will even bring us to the point where it brings him glory. He will walk it through. He will work all things together for good. So David here saying, look, if I did these things and I deserve these things, then let it be. I'm going to say, Lord, if I did these things and I deserve these things, help me walk through those consequences. And God is so gracious, he will. Verse 6, arise, Lord, in your anger. Rise up against them in the rage of my enemies. Awake, my God, and decree justice. Let the assembled peoples gather around you while you sit enthroned over them on high. Let the Lord judge the peoples. Vindicate me, Lord, according to my righteousness. And we need to trust the Lord with some things that are just bigger than ourselves. And say, Lord, in the end, vindicate me. I know my heart is yours. I know my heart desires righteousness. And if I've done something wrong along the way, then correct it, Lord, but vindicate me. And I don't know about you, but I've had to walk through some things, been accused of things, had to go through stuff where I know I am 100% innocent. I say, Lord, I need you on this one. You need to vindicate me. And he has, every single time. It says, you are the righteous God who probes the hearts. Let's read verse 9. He says, according to my integrity, O Most High, at the end of verse 8, verse 9, bring to an end the violence of the wicked and make the righteous secure. You, the righteous God who probes the minds and hearts. God knows what's really going on. So just keep your heart right. Keep your mind right, because God sees the heart. He sees the mind. He sees those who are truly his. Verse 10, my shield is God Most High, who saves the upright in heart. God is my shield. Verse 1 says, Lord, I take refuge in you. And I don't know about you, but for me in 2026 here, I've decided no more fear. No more fear for me. All faith. Whenever fear or anxiety starts to creep in, I just cast it out and say, God, you've been faithful for too long. You are my refuge. I'm going to live in you. You are my shield. Everything has to come through you. So in a year where I've one in college, another about to start college, and the money and finances, the jobs, do I go get a third little gig? What do I do to pay for this? And is this going to work out? And for my youngest, is that going to work out? And all of these thoughts and things that at the end of 2025 were starting to get to me a little bit. I decided 2026, I'm going to live as if fear is nothing. I should wear it next video. I have a shirt with a lion on it, and with my teeth the way they are, the lion's teeth look kind of like my teeth, and I grow this out to look like the lion. Next time I'll wear it, I promise. So now I guess I have to do another ugly mug video at some point. Maybe it'll be a Psalms thing, a book of Psalms thing on Fridays. And I know you can hear the traffic in the background here in the early hours, but that's life. And if we do these videos, I'll be in a car. Sometimes I'll be in a garage. Sometimes maybe I'll be somewhere by windmills or something cool, but I can't control the universe, nor would I try. But 2026, no more fear. He is my shield. It has to go through him first. If he allows it, then we can deal with it. So no more fear in 2026 for you either. Where do we leave off? Verse 11, God is a righteous judge, a God who displays his wrath every day. He's going to take care of those enemies. Verse 12, if he does not relent, he will sharpen his sword. He will band the string of his bow. He has prepared his deadly weapons. He makes ready his flaming arrows. Whoever is pregnant with evil conceives trouble and gives birth to disillusionment. Ain't that the truth in our day and age? Verse 15. Whoever digs a hole and scoops it out falls into the pit they have made. The trouble they cause recoils on them. Their violence comes down on their own heads. I will give thanks to the Lord because of his righteousness. I will sing the praises of the name of the Lord God Most High. Those who are misbehaving and dealing in wickedness and evil, the Lord's sharpening his sword, drawing back his bow, and the holes they're digging, they're going to fall in themselves. What is our duty? Give thanks to the Lord and praise. So let's give thanks to the Lord and praise him today. Again, in the comments, let me know what you thought of this style of video. I'm going to do what I'm going to do regardless, but I don't know, I kind of like it. It's not perfect, just an iPhone, no crazy mics. But I enjoyed this time with you early in the morning. Thanks, God bless. We'll see you in the next one. Psalm chapter 7.